What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on Lex Alexis. Today it is another live stream, and today we have got Swansea versus Cardiff as a South Wales derby. 12 p.m. Watchalong, 15 minutes till kickoff. What are your predictions for this game? Let me know in the live chat now. We'll also have another game to look over as well. Watford and Luton. Two fierce derbies playing back to back. So I will be keeping a very close eye. Matt's covering Watford Luton. I'm covering Swansea Cardiff. So you will guarantee coverage from both Championship afternoon games in the next couple of minutes or so. Let's see who's in. Ethan's at Ellen Road. Nice. Seeing Leeds playing their game at this moment of time. Daraj, welcome to the stream. Wolves, Arsenal, Aston Villa and Spurs are all winning today. That sounds about right. Jack says Brentford are going to be winning. Have you recovered yet from Birmingham yesterday, Jack? Because you were very vocal about that performance yesterday. I will be doing my review ASAP, but first, before I do that review, which will be straight after this watch along, I will be completing the Championship Prediction League. And after these two games, it'll be completely up to date as well. But I've got 3 lots of predictions to catch up with in the Championship. It's going to be tricky to catch up with it all, but I am up for the challenge. The Premier League is pretty much up to date now. Obviously, I've not updated the today's games because they've not happened yet. But I have managed to get to a stage where I am now waiting for the games to be played for the Premier League before I continue on with the Prediction League, which is a really good sign. Jack says, just about, we need to put our chances away. Yeah, well, story of many people's, many teams this season, really. If you don't take your chances, you'll get punished for it despite how well you play. So, this is going to be the first goal or plug that we'll do for today. If you guys can, oh my god, look at my hair. If you guys can smash the like button, it really does help the growth of this channel when you do that. In terms of how we're doing so far, we're on 17 likes. So, Jack, I think you've made a great contribution to that. Thank you so much. Could we try and get 25 before kickoff? We're already 3 likes from my target from the pinned comments. So, keep going, guys, with the like button. It really does help the growth of this channel when you smash the like button. It only takes 2 seconds to do that. For subscribers, we were on 120, but what clearly happened is that when we had those subscribers, someone was using multiple accounts and YouTube didn't like it. So we're down to 1,515. But it is 15 more than what we achieved nearly 2 weeks ago now, which was 1,500. Obviously, the goal is to get to 2,000 subscribers at some point. It will be absolutely incredible if we can get there. And as a reward for you guys, if we do get there, I will become beardless. I will shave my beard for all of you if we get to 1,000, not even 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, I beg your pardon. So that is the target. So you guys know what to do. If you've not hit that subscribe button, please do hit it. Likewise with this like button, it only takes 2 seconds to do, and it really does help the growth of this channel. Now, let's actually cover what we're meant to be covering. Swansea Cardiff, which is what I'm covering my end. I know Matt's covering Watford Luton, but I will peek to see how they're doing as well. Let's look at the lineups for Swansea Cardiff, since that's the game we're doing today. Bender stays in goal. Wood retains his place. Darling, who got a goal for Swansea against Reading last time, he stays. Cabango starts in the back 3. You got Joe. I'm going to eventually nail his surname, but I'm not going to try it today. Jay Fulton with Matt Grimes. Now, that's not the common midfield 2 I see for Swansea. Soranona, who's had a good season. I say one of the transfers which I think has really stood out to me. Oliver Cooper, Luke Cundle, and Michael Obafemi. If you remember, Joel Piero is still serving that red card suspension, so he won't be making an appearance today. I don't even think he's on the bench, which would make sense since he's serving a suspension. Cardiff, for me, their one threat is this guy here, Callum Robinson. He is the one who I feel, if anyone can turn the game around for Cardiff's way, it could be him. The other players though, you've got Allsop and Go, and Cuckoo is going to be at left back there with Kipre, Nelson and Sang. Okay, so despite getting Simpson's red card overturned, he is not actually starting in this game. He's on the bench. Wintle, Walls, Rena Motta. Then you've got a front three of Ojo, Robinson, and Callum O'Dowda. The benches look like this. For Swansea, you've got Fisher, Stevens, Norton, Congreve, Nutcham, Cullen, and Armstrong. And then I was just watching something there. Then for Cardiff, you've got Ulnwick, Simpson, Vontae, Daly Campbell, Sawyers. Yeah, so Sawyers is the one I typically see in that midfield for Cardiff there. So Rintle, Rules, and Rena Motta, I think is quite interesting there. And let's just see. So Atete there, Mark Harris, and Gavin White as well. That is Swansea and Cardiff's team. Let's look at Watford and Luton's team. You've got Batman in goal, Gosling, Trustekong, Cathcart, Kamara, Kayembe, Chowdhury, Seymour, Pedro, Sarr, and Keenan Davis. Need to really sort out their consistency ASAP, Watford, at this moment. Luton, however, they've got great consistency now, apparently. You've got Horvath, Lockyer, Bradley, Bree, Doughty, Freeman, Clark, Amari Bell, Campbell, and a front two of Adebayo and Carlton Morris. Looking very, very good. For Watford's bench, you've got Okoye, Gaspar, Pollock, Asprilla, Morris, Isabayo, and Kulu. For Luton's bench, you've got Isted, Potts, Osho, Watson, obviously transferred from Derby County, Luke Berry, Harry Cornick, and Cameron Jerome. So those are the two games playing in the next 10 minutes or so. We'll be talking through Swansea and Cardiff. Before I go through the rest, let's just talk through some comments. What's up, fan? Welcome to the stream. He says the Welsh Derby. Here we go, 2-1 Swansea. I feel like it's getting a little bit dark, and that's because the weather has been really, really bad. So I'm going to see if I can get some light to improve the brightness of the stream. Guess that's a little bit better. No Gatsby, no party. Well, Gatsby's here. I will show him off at some point. I'll just quickly go through all my previous stuff and then you can see him. Playing Saturday, Tuesday is not right, says Darraj. Well, it's the midweek way, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if you're talking about Chelsea or you're talking about any of the Championship games, but unfortunately, that's what they do most times, really. You know, it goes straight from Saturday and then it goes straight to Champions League. Or midweek, really. There's no consideration of player welfare. I would agree on that, and that is why we're getting so many teams with being plagued with injuries. I mean, Chelsea's not the only team that's got full of injuries. I don't know if you saw Liverpool's team yesterday, but they're really struggling right now with their first team, with fatigue and just injuries and stuff like that. It's not right, really. They need to try and find a way around it, but I don't know. It's like they've not even bothered to try and see what they should do about it. It's like, oh, if you're injury, oh, that's bad luck. You know, and that's it. It needs to be addressed, definitely. As a Coventry fan, I need Cardiff to lose. Yeah, I mean, Cardiff are not doing too well for the Championship at the moment. What about cut all my hair off? No, not a chance. I'll cut some of it. This needs to go anyway. I've had this beard for about nearly 2 whole years now, and I feel like it's overdue, like a new style change. It's the same as Thomas Tuchel. It's the same on Graham Potter. Chelsea struggle to score goals. I just don't think it's even struggling to score goals. I think our midfield is overrated and crap, honestly. When you've got a bad midfield, you're heavily exposed. It doesn't even matter how good your defence or your attack is. You need a strong midfield to build from there. And if you don't have that strength anymore in that midfield, we've, since 2017, when we've won the league under Conte, we've never had the best midfield, not even close to the best midfield in the league. And that's been an issue. And we've not really bothered to try, to stick with players who could potentially develop to the standard of a midfield of Man City. But we've gone for players that are almost like nearing the tail end of their careers, who are not entirely quick and are not physical enough to deal with high-level press. When I saw Rashford starting for Man United yesterday, I knew he was going to cause us trouble because he's quick and he would definitely outrun the midfield runners. So it's so predictable to know what to do to get Chelsea to work hard. I think a point, I wouldn't be too, complaining about that. It stops Man United overtaking us. I'm a bit disappointed that we equalised in the manner that we did, but based on how the game went, I think the draw was the fairest result. So it doesn't feel as painful. If we were playing well and we drew, I'd have been angry. The Spurs one I've not gone over because we outrightfully deserved to beat Spurs, but we didn't. Anyway, we're not talking about Chelsea today. We're talking about Swansea and Cardiff. So I was just going to go through their forms. So let's actually look at the home table for Swansea. As you can see here, in general, Swansea's home record's very good. 1-0 win over QPR, which is not easy. You've got wins against Swansea. Not Swansea, they are Swansea. Against Hull. You've got one against Sunderland there, which is never easy as well. And then obviously their recent one against Reading, where they overcame a 2-goal comeback. So I've seen a lot of comebacks recently in the Championship, actually, now that I think about it. This loss was when they lost to Sheffield United, when Sheffield United was still looking pretty dominant. Obviously, they've kind of fallen off a little bit now. But as a whole, Swansea's home form was really good. Let's get the away table and see how Cardiff have done. So if you see here, they've alternated between a loss and a win. Now, that makes me quite nervous now, because if that pattern continues, Cardiff, should win. And I predicted a 1-0 Swansea win based on how good their home form is. So who knows? We'll see if that form continues into there. Position-wise on the table, Swansea, 9th place. A win for them will put them in the top 6. In fact, will put them all the way up to 4th place. But that could be halted by Luton. Both Luton and Swansea, if they win today, they will be in the top 6, pushing Millwall and Norwich out of the top 6 entirely. Norwich could fall down as far as 8th place today, which is incredible in itself. And then we've got Cardiff here, who with 18 points. They're just above the relegation zone by 2 points. Dalwash was saying that Cardiff need to lose. You can see here that there's very little space between Coventry and a lot of the teams now. So Coventry now move up to 22nd, sustaining 3 wins in a row. Only 3 points behind 17th place Stoke. And actually, if you're looking from an exciting point of view for them there, they are 9 points off top 6. It just goes to show that if you win a couple of games and get a bit of momentum, your season can change before you know it. Cardiff, if they lose this, then I do think it'll be alarm bells for their season. Can they fall down any lower in the table? I mean, they've got a -5 goal difference there. I'm surprised Middlesbrough is not ahead of them there, because Middlesbrough got a better goal difference than Cardiff there. I don't know if they've got that table right, to be fair. Anyway, yeah, Cardiff, I think, could fall down as far as 21st if they don't get a good result. For Watford, who've got to play Luton today, if they win, Watford will climb all the way up to the top 10. Gosh, it tells you how far Watford have fallen for the fact a win for them doesn't put them in the top 6. In terms of them, if they lose this game, they could fall down past Hull. But they can either fall down up to 2 places, because if Cardiff win and Watford lose, Cardiff will actually overtake Watford, which is crazy within itself. I really want the World Cup to hurry up so we can get the stands fixed. Yeah, I think that's a really, really good point. I think the World Cup's going to be very important for many teams. Gosh, it's 2 minutes till kickoff. I need to change the channel. I'm actually not in the right channel. I'm watching the sports news channel. Hang on a minute. Let's actually get to the right channel. Swansea Cardiff, there it is. They're literally previewing the teams now. Right. So just in case anyone of you have just joined before, well, just after I've actually previewed all the teams, I'll just do so in a minute. Need to put these on now because the commentary is now back on. Let's preview the teams one last time for both teams in the South Wales derby. So, Swansea's team looks like this. You've got Bender, you've got Woods, Darling, Cabango, Joe, Jay Fulton, Matt Grimes, Sorinona, Kundal, Cooper and Michael Obafemi. For Cardiff, you have got Allsop, Nkuku, Kipre, Nelson, Sang, Wintle, Rules, Rena Motta, Ojo, Callum Robinson and Callum O'Dowda. Two decent teams. Quickly on Watford and Luton, just in case you want to know what they've got as well. You've got Batman, Gosling, Truesdale-Con, Cathcart, Kamara, Kayembe, Chowdhury, Samer, João Pedro Sarr, Keenan Davis. And finally for Luton, you've got Horvath, Lockyer, Bradley, Bree, Doughty, Freeman, Clark, Amari Bell, Campbell, Adebayo and Morris. So they're having a bit of sign of respect for the 1966 Aberfan disaster. Need Cardiff to lose to keep Blackpool's position. Yeah. A lot of people wanted Cardiff to lose here. Just a mark of respect there. Welcome back, Burley. Don't know if he means Burnley there. If it is Burnley, then Burnley are doing really, really well for themselves, being in 29 points now. Having a minute's applause here. And after that, we'll get kick-off underway. What are your predictions? And in fact, because I forgot to do a poll, I'll do a poll this time. Why is it on caps lock? What will happen in this game? Swansea win. Cardiff win. Draw. Bang. There we go. There's your poll. 20 likes before kickoff. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing. It really does help the growth of this channel when you do all of those things. Cheers for that. So the tribute's now complete. It should mean that kickoff's nearly underway. Cardiff are going into a little squad huddle at the moment. We definitely need the motivation, Cardiff. Their form has not been great. It's just not been good enough, Cardiff. And this could be the perfect game for them to respond. Swansea, you may argue, in their game against Reading, they were a bit fortunate to overcome like a 2-goal comeback. But it shows the character you have in that Swansea squad, and the fact that they're running low on attacking supply without Joel Piero. They've done really, really well, to be fair, to get 3 points there. And I think they will do a 3 points again. I think it'll be a bit cagey. Oh, God, is it Darren Bond, the referee? Why do I seem to watch every single game that Darren Bond does? Cardiff City players taking the knee. And then kickoff's about to get underway. Cardiff will kick us off. Joe Rules kicks the ball. And the game has started. So, 12 o'clock kickoff between Swansea and Cardiff. It is officially kicked off. Who will win out of the team in white and the team in blue? The South Wales derby, fierce derby, is now underway. Looks like we're already getting a big challenge in by Matt Grimes. He's already laying a bit of a hard tackle on Callum Robinson. Cardiff winning a free kick. It's now been kicked away. Right, it's actually not been given. Swansea give the ball away. Joe Rules. And it's passed straight to Nathan Wood. Now Cardiff with a bit of control there. Obafemi. But being intercepted by Joe Rules. Good intensity so far. I'm hopeful that this game's going to be storing a lot of intensity. All stop with the goal kick. And that's a good header there. Robinson, but it's good defending by Cabango. Ball's not quite cleared. Sorinona gets it away. And Cardiff now having a spell of possession. Cedric Kipre passes it to Allsop. This is actually the first time I've done a a Swansea Watchalong, I think. I don't think I've watched Swansea this season. So it's good to see Swansea now. That's another team I can tick off now. I think I've watched most games. Callum O'Dowda breaking into space. Tries to find Callum Robinson. Good defending. And Joe Walls tries to get a cross in. It's not quite cleared. Shea Ojo with a touch. Oh, a good clash, and it's a free kick to Swansea. Nathan Wood getting tackled there. And I think it was Joe Rawls who did that collision there. It started from Callum O'Dowda. Oh, that's an awful challenge by Joe Rawls there. He's got to be quite careful, otherwise he'll get a booking there. But it was Callum O'Dowda who ran into the space, tries to square it to find Callum Robinson. Defended very, very well, actually. Not quite cleared. Ojo doesn't really get the best of touches. And Nathan Wood just gets ahead of Joe Walls. And obviously there's a bit of a collision now. Nathan Wood is still down on the floor. Darraj, welcome to the stream. Apparently we've got a goal already between Watford and Luton, which I'm a bit upset because I predicted a 0-0 draw, I think. So that's my prediction wrong if that's the case. Yes, there's already a goal. Right, Matt's already been treated to a goal. Keenan Davis opens the scoring for Watford to make it 1-0 to Watford. That will mean that Watford will be on 23 points, as you can see there, and up to 10th place. And Luton will drop down a place as well. And Luton will miss out on a free hit to try and get into the top 6. That's Joel against Nkuku. And it's a goal kick. Good defending by Nkuku there. I'm going to eventually get his surname correctly because he's going to be a very prominent player in this game. So 1-0 Watford in the first 3 minutes of their game. Keenan Davis opening the scoring. Watford move up to 10th. Luton only just ahead of him, with only 1 point ahead of him, in 1 place above him in 9th. Goal kick by Allsop. It's found Camo Dowda. I think I'm going to know the Cardiff players a little bit better since I've already done a cup. I think I've done at least one watch along with Cardiff. Remember doing the Bristol City game with them. Cedric Kipre. Right, the goals just come through to this coverage. Robinson, can he get ahead of Darling? Oh, a bit of nervy defending going on for Swansea at the moment. They really got to try and look a bit more comfortable dealing with their back line. Callum Robinson and definitely O'Dowda are making things rather tricky for them at the moment. Through ball. I think Robinson, he's offside. Good decision there. I think it was Rena to try to set off the pass. Yeah, it is a clear offside. None of you voted on the poll. Thank you guys for voting. It's your chance to get involved in terms of what you think will happen in this game. I've just looked at the average age for Swansea, 23.3 years. If it's still doing well, then it's got a whole load of potential. Benders passing it to Harry Darling. And he's going out wide to Ben Cavanga, sorry. Benny's found Sorin Lono there. Grimes. A bit of one-touch passing between him and Fulton there. Matt Grimes. Harry Darling. Now back to Grimes, playing a bit deeper there. Does a creative ball to find Joel, who's going to be a very... Okay. Latibudier. I can't say his name. It's so tricky. I'll definitely get the hang of it. Maybe by half time I'll keep practicing. Right, so Swansea now having their best spell of possession now. Matt Grimes with a long chipped ball to find Sorinona. Yeah. Now to Cabango. Interesting ball. Doesn't quite find Obafemi. Does see a run, but it's well defended. Free kick awarded to Swansea. Oh, okay. Well, Robinson is already losing his head. Darling's now getting involved. 6 minutes in, and Robinson's already starting to lose it. All people surrounding the referee. Handbags are slowly but surely starting to raise. All right. I think Is it Darren Bond? I think it's Darren Bond who's the referee. He's losing control. That's all I can say. He wanted red card. What? A red card for Callum Robinson? No, you got to be kidding me. No way. Jeez, what? Are you serious? I mean, he did act. He did act out, but it wasn't a red card offence for me. What happened? Okay, so it was a challenge by Matt Grimes. Oh, okay. Well, it was a red card because Robinson acted out. So he got a slight challenge by Grimes, and a free kick was awarded. And basically, Cabango pushes him, and Robinson literally pushes the ball right into his face. It is quite aggressive, I'll give him that. But I don't know, it's red card. And honestly, it's that early on in the game. I wouldn't really want a red card for that. What is your guys' reactions to that? Fighting is what we love. Give me a thoughts of Rotherham, Blackpool's and Blackburn season. We're playing those three teams next. Rotherham have been good, but I definitely think a bit inconsistent now. It's harder to judge Rotherham with the new manager. Blackpool, once again, a bit inconsistent. And Blackburn, depends if they're home or away. If they're at home, they'll be dangerous. If they're away, I think they'll be a little bit exposed. So, rather inconsistent there. Creeper Boy saying, come on Cardiff. But, wow, red already. Could tell he used to play for West Brom. You know what? That's a really good comment because lack of discipline. And it seems to be a deep-rooted problem with West Brom. And it's now filtering into this Cardiff team too. I don't know what goes on in those camps, but they've got a real anger management problem. A red card. I mean, yeah, he shouldn't use the ball and hit Cabango in the face like that. But I don't think it was particularly violent. He, hits it. And Cabango doesn't, even put his hands to his face straight away. If it was, if he hit him to the face and he went straight to ground, then I would have said, right, that's very dangerous. But I don't think it was even that hard. I think it's harsh. But I know it is an act of petulance, though. So that is why the red card was given there. But I just think a red card this early on in a derby game, no, I don't agree with that. Yellow, yes, definitely at least a card. But I didn't think a red card. Robertson should have left that ball alone. Yeah, I know he should have left it alone, but I don't agree with having a red card that early on, especially for a challenge like that, which I can see giving a yellow at times as well. Lack of consistency and just the referee losing control of the whole situation because he literally was pressured. There was a whole swarm of Swansea and Cardiff players all around him, and it is Darren Bond who is the referee, who I've had a bit of a problem with when I've seen referee games before. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but that is Cardiff's main goal threat gone. So maybe Cardiff scoring 0 goals, like I predicted, may actually be happening. It's now just a question to see if it's going to be the scoreline I predicted, which was 1-0. Despite that, that's a good ball by Rules to find O'Dowda. O'Dowda's really going to step up here. Cross comes in. Darling defends it. So despite going down to 10 men, I dare say Cardiff actually look more likely to score at the moment. Swansea have barely strung a couple of passes together, to be honest. Nelson. And yeah, they've got really, really big roles now. Ojo doesn't quite get the touch there. And it's good goalkeeping there. Thomas Sang, that is. I didn't see a lot of him there. Matt Grimes on the ball for Swansea. He could be relishing this now. Getting used to the Swansea players now with their shirt numbers there. Fulton. That's back to Cabango. There's Harry Darling, who's playing a little bit more up front now. Swansea are now using their high line to good effect, pinning Cardiff back. Long ball coming in. Joel, who's onside. But that's good defending, though, to be fair, by Nkuku. And that is a throw into Swansea. Cardiff are really going to have to defend in numbers now. They've got, I mean, they would prefer to lose a striker than a defender, but long term, they're going to really find it difficult to have one extra guy on the field to deal with. I don't agree with a red card that early. I know I probably sound dumb for saying that because it feels like a red card challenge. But personally for me, Cabango doesn't act in a way that suggests it's a red card. Cross comes in, headed away by Thomas Sang. Obafemi picks it up in the edge of the box. Cross comes in, cleared by Nelson. O'Dowda tries to run away, but Fulton with some good defending. Sorolona now running all the way back to collect that. Long ball, and it finds no one. Swansea have not looked great so far. I would have expected a little bit more from them there. Thanks for the 13 votes so far. If you've not voted on the poll, please do so. I have a feeling the sway of votes may change during the current events in the moment. Right, well, stat I completely forgot about. Russell Martin's got a 100% winning record in the South Wales Derby. If Swansea win, therefore, that will be 3 wins in a row in a South Wales Derby. You're going to have to tell me in the record books if that has ever happened before. That would be an incredible record for Swansea to have with their bragging rights there. Cardiff, however, with a throw-in. It's looking very sunny there as well. Direct contrast of what it looks like in Chelsea right now. It's like a really pissy storm right now. Grimes passes it to Cabango. Finds Sorolona in the left-hand side. Cross comes in. That's a delightful cross. Header. Oh, doesn't quite get the contact. Joel. I need to really nail his name now because he's clearly going to be the other side of the winger. Latibodier. I think that's how I'm going to say it. If it's not correct in my pronunciation, I'm only going to say sorry, but it's such a tricky name for me to say. I see Beau, so I know in French that's how you say Beau. And Dier, I think, is also a French sounding word as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if I find that it's a French name. So goal kick taken. Swansea now winning the ball back. Harry Darling. O'Dowda really having to up his press now. Same with Rina Motta here. Swansea still sticking to their principles, playing out from the back, and it's done well for them. Here's Obafemi now with a bit of possession. Passing it back to Harry Darling. Bit back and forth for Swansea so far, but it is still giving them a good amount of control. Jay Fulton, back to Harry Darling in the midfield part of the pitch. Ben Cabango passing it down to Sorolona. He's got a couple of runners to deal with there. But he's taking it on his own, and no foul given there. It seemed a bit of a blatant push, but probably Darren Bond felt bad for giving the red card. That's probably why he didn't give it. Cabango back to Grimes. Cabango again, now to Harry Darling. Got some good football going on Swansea at the moment. I wouldn't say it's been completely effective and penetrative for this back line here so far, but they are definitely making Cardiff work, which would make sense for the fact they've got an extra man on the field now. Cross comes in, headed away by Cedric Kipre. He's going to have to be very busy in this entire game, Kipre now. He could definitely do it. Definitely a decent defender when we've seen him in the past for the likes of West Brom and stuff. He's played for an abundance of championship clubs, actually. Right, now back into the right-hand side. Back to Matt Grimes there. That was Luke Cundle there, actually. That's the first time I've seen him on the ball. Cross comes in. Oh, also doesn't get it, but it doesn't find anyone. Sorolona. Cabango doesn't get the shot off. Can Latibodier get that? He does. Oh, like Luke Cundle with a good run. And it is Ryan Alsop who collects it. With a bit of a collision, he's holding his head, because there was 2 Cardiff defenders that were also sliding to try and stop the ball. Oh, that could mean a big amount of stoppage time, guys. So let's see this again. Latibodier, I'm getting the hang of it now, does well, and then it's a good one-touch pass by Fulton, actually. good through ball in his part. Luke Cundle with the cross, very dangerous. And then it's Kipre, but I think has a bit of contact. And is he offside? He may have been off. So yeah, I'm a bit surprised that they potentially didn't flag that there. It looked offside to me. Still 1-0 to Watford, by the way, in case you're wondering. So yeah, Watford took a very early lead against Luton there. It was Keenan Davis scoring the opening goal for that one there. It's looking pretty dominant that Watford are being the better team at the moment. Watford therefore closed the gap on Luton by 1 point, and Luton do miss the chance of getting into the top six. I was just seeing if Ryan Alsop was drawing blood. I don't know if he was, but he could be concussed here. They're definitely trying to prevent me seeing what's going on with Alsop at the moment. But it was Nkunku and Kipre who both of them helped, I quote helped, almost clashed into Alsop to try and stop the cross coming in. But unfortunately what that's done is kind of injured their goalkeeper in the process. Right, I'm actually going to end the poll here because I'm sick and tired of not being able to see my comments. An overwhelming majority have voted for Swansea to win this game. 88% of you have predicted that Swansea will win. So you say it's not a red card because too early in the... Well, I don't think a red card should be awarded that early on, personally. I think it would be a yellow card offence. If I was refereeing a game and it was something petulant like that, then I would say yellow card, but anything else like this, you're off. No questions asked. I wouldn't want to destroy the flow of the game like that early on. And the thing is, it's definitely at least a card. I'm not trying to defend that it's not like at least a yellow card. It's definitely at least a yellow because... For a start, he's frustrated that the free kick was awarded against him there. I mean, it's the emotion of the occasion, really. I mean, the shove from Kambango and him just going and looking at him wasn't too bad. But yeah, hitting him in the face, I don't think he hit it that hard, to be honest. I may look back and think, it would be a red card. But... yeah, to me, it didn't look like that he was as aggressive as he could have been there, to be fair. But I think the reason why it was a red card in the end, it was just a moment of petulance, to reiterate, a moment of madness from him. I just don't like the manner it's being awarded this early on, because I definitely think if it was 11 versus 11, I think it'd be a lot more of a competitive match. Darryl Rogers is very happy about Coventry's progress, and why wouldn't you? Cross comes in for Cardiff, but it's collected by Steve Bender. Snipes, yes, red card already indeed. So, whilst Matt's got an early goal in his game, I've got an early red card. So, got a best share of drowning moments. Oh, that's some good play by Swansea there. Obafemi! Oh, he misses! How's he missed that? Oh my gosh, the first time that Swansea have been able to open Cardiff up. My goodness me. Right, let's see this again. Grimes. Then it's a brilliant play, actually. Fulton. And then Cundle there to find Obafemi. And Curtis Nelson and Kit Praise give him too much space there. But my goodness me. He misses the target completely. Misses the target completely. What Obafemi should do with that amount of space and time should at least hit the target. If he doesn't score, then fine. It's a good save by the goalkeeper, or if just him being nervous on the occasion. But he should at least hit the target from there. It's not even far away. So that is poor from Obafemi in the end. His timed run was absolutely perfect, and the way he ghosted past Nelson and Kipre as well was sensational. But the finish was absolutely poor. Football says, if I was Mark Cudson being a Cardiff fan, I would have pushed Robertson as he walked past me. I'd have sent him home and told him to take a week off. It seems like most of you are saying it is a straight red card. I mean, fair enough. I think the challenge itself is open to be a red card challenge. I just don't like how early it is within the game. I personally think a red card changes the dynamic dramatically. If it somehow ends still as a very competitive, edgy game, then I might be leaning towards then yes, it would be a red card, but I don't know, to be honest. I feel like a red card this early is just a bit OTT. We're 21 minutes in, or 22 minutes in now, actually. Still 0-0. Obafemi with by far the best chance of the game. Well, yeah, he was sent off. It wasn't. It was barely even a throw. Like, it was like from very close range. If it was like from distance and he just literally like almost punched the ball right in his face, then yeah, fair enough. But the thing is, it scratched his face, and then Cabango had like 2-3 seconds before he did this, which tells me that he saw an opportunity to say, "Oh, he's acted out. Let's act that I'm really, really injured, and we'll get him simulated and red carded." I don't like that. I really, really don't. It's one of the, I mean, I get the simulation of football. I've seen it time and time after again, whether it's Chelsea or Ipswich or Colchester, all the time. But as a neutral, it does get on my nerves. It really does. But I agree. It is very childish from Robinson, and he should know better. Goal kick taken by Bender there to defend that. Okay, a small opening for Cardiff to get a couple of chances here. Joe Rules to Calamo Dowda. Ojo. Here's Joe Rules again. Looks like Swansea got a lot of people back, which is really good. I mean, defensively for Swansea, this is where I was intrigued. Oh! My goodness me, what a chance. What a strike. Was that Thomas Sang? Just a volley out of nowhere, just outside the box. And it's a good save by Bender. So, cross comes in. It's defended away by Cabango. And it goes straight to Thomas Sang, who I don't think he's marked because I don't think anyone thinks he could score from there. But a straight volley. And that's a really good save by Bender. The first shot on target has gone to Cardiff despite being a man down. It's hard to comment on it as a neutral. As a neutral, I don't want it to be a red card because I think a red card destroys the flow of the game. But as a challenge goes, I do understand why it was awarded. I just think it's been down to the referee not being able to control the situation. A chance for Rina Motta, Nkuku, sorry, but he hits it over the goal. He wasn't able to control the situation well at all. I felt Cabango simulated the situation more than he needed to. I felt had he reacted as normal, it would have been a yellow card. But with the added simulation, it was a red. That's my opinion, based on what I've seen, to be honest. I need to see a replay to see if Cabango... Because the thing is, if he threw the ball really hard at Cabango's face, he'd have gone straight to the ground, easily. And that would have been an easy red card. You know, no questions asked. But he barely flinched, really, with the ball hitting on the face. And I felt there was the delay before he started holding his face and doing the simulation. And I think that is what adds to the referee thinking, right, it's a red card. Cross comes in for Swansea, defended by Kickpray, throw in Swansea. Well, I know he's done what he should. If you are in, if the opposing team is doing that to you, I would welcome simulating. But as a neutral fan who doesn't support either one of these teams, when you see that simulation happening, it does really frustrate me. You know, I just want the game to be played as I think it should be. You know, maybe I'm just like very anti, you know, in terms of simulating the game, whether it's time wasting, diving, and all that stuff. That's some good play by Swansea there. Cross comes in, header, defended away by Curtis Nelson. Yeah, I mean, football, you do make a good point. The aim is to win, and sometimes you have to win by, I was going to say cheating, but just sometimes winning by stuff that you can take advantage of. And Cabango took advantage of that situation. He really did. So, Swansea Cardiff still 0-0. Let's actually look at some stats whilst we're going through. I think we've only had one shot on target in the entire game. Yeah, as you can see, only one shot on target, which was that Thomas Sang chance. Swansea with 71% of the ball, 3 shots but 0 on target. 1 corner each, 1 offside to 0 there. 1 red card, of course, which came to Callum Robinson. 1 big chance missed, which was that Obafemi chance. That was a really big chance, actually. Should have at least hit the target, in my opinion, in that area there. So the table as it stands, Swansea with that draw takes them to 25, just outside the top 6. Same points as Norwich there. Cardiff with a draw takes them to 19 points, and it does rise them a couple of places up the table. So an away draw at this point on, considering they've been down to 10 men, I actually think won't be a bad result for Cardiff. There's Grimes passing to Jay Fulton. All good one-touch play, but defended well by Curtis Nelson. Dirty tricks. I mean, dirty would... I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are open to say it's dirty play or cheating or stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what I'd call it. I guess everyone has their own way of playing, to be fair. Here's Sorinona in the left-hand side for Swansea. He's having a battle with Sang in the moment and winning that battle. What an awful cross that was by Sorinona. Honestly, I think Cardiff might be helped out for the fact that Swansea, going forward, just have not really sparked me up, to be honest. Apart from that Obafemi opening, they've really not looked like scoring at all, to be fair. And they've made 10-man Cardiff look more threatening, to be fair. And it's the classic thing I saw from Swansea last season, where they have a lot of the ball, but they've just not been able to utilise their dominance properly. Using the rules to his advantage. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of people that just don't like the rules of football. You know, there's so many. I mean, not even just in this game, but people talk about some penalty decisions, including the one for Chelsea yesterday, and we've had some other rules that just people don't agree with. I feel like we could categorically agree that no one is ever going to agree with the rules. You know, there will always be someone that just doesn't agree. You know, and when one person doesn't agree, then it goes into a toxic environment. Hence why I try and stay off Twitter, especially when Chelsea play. Because not only is the fan base entirely negative, just any decision that goes against us, you know, it's just a complete storm. So I do try and keep out of that. And that's with any game, to be honest. And, you know, it's not even singling out Chelsea. It's any Premier League and any Championship team as well. Cabango to Sorinona. Swansea having a bit of a spell here. But once again, having a bit of an opening. But then they don't really go for that killer pass, which is what I'm waiting for. They did the killer pass once, and it worked, and Obafemi missed the chance. Now, that through ball's not good enough there. It's collected by Allsop. 52 minutes into this stream, by the way, so thank you guys so much for tuning in and for watching me today. I really do appreciate that, actually. In terms of the like button, we've hit 23 likes, which is decent. Thank you guys so much for that. If we can get to 30 likes before half time, that would be a brilliant achievement for this channel. So there's 5 of you here, 7 likes away to 30 likes. If we can get that to that like target before half time, that would be a brilliant achievement for this YouTube channel here. And in terms of subscribers at the moment, we are on 1,515 still. We did reach 1,520 when I streamed Ipswich, but I think there was definitely one account that did multiple accounts, and unfortunately YouTube doesn't like that. So we've dropped back down to 1,515, but I think 1,520 would be a good achievement if we can suddenly get it. And oh my goodness me, Cabango taking his eye off the ball. Swansea looking really sloppy here. I don't know about them today. Anyway, if you've not hit the like or subscribe button, it does really help. Only takes 2 seconds, and both really do help the growth of this channel. It really, really does. Let's take a quick look at Watford and Luton. I'll have a quick look at their stats as well. So, Watford still 1-0 up. Looking back at the attack momentum, it looks like Watford narrowly edging Luton here. 6 shots to 3. 3 shots on target to 1. That's more like it from Watford. 2 shots on target to 1 there. 1 block shot each. 1 corner to 0. 7 fouls from Luton. So clearly trying to disrupt Watford's play, but it's not worked out well at all. Horvath making 2 saves to Batman's 1. Luton just really need to get their attackers into the game. That's really what they've got to do here. There's Kundal to Obafemi, tackled by Nkuku, but a throw in to Swansea. Yeah, I don't get people that don't think it's a pen. It's really, you can get so biased and say that that's not a penalty. I'm thinking, look, I'm sorry. If you're going to manhandle and rugby tackle someone in the box, it's a pen. So anyone that says it's not a pen, then I don't know what they're on about. I mean, I think the annoying part for most Man United fans is that they played well, but then one thing goes against them, which was like a decision out of their control with Ten Hag bringing McTominay on. And then he goes and does a classic McTominay, rugby tackling someone, but in the penalty box, obviously conceding the penalty very, very late on. And Man United probably thought they weren't going to get anything out of it, which is why I think they really vented their frustrations at that. And then obviously they got that equaliser, which was very, very jammy in their way. But I can't complain too much. I said at the start of the stream, I think based on how they performed, I think a draw is fair. I think Chelsea weren't good. Man United were okay. Don't think they were as good as they could, but I think they were okay. And I do think Man United actually were on Chelsea's level, but Chelsea didn't look any more dominating despite being at home, which was disappointing for me. So, draw, fair result, but obviously, as Chelsea fans, we would have preferred to have a win, and we were gutted to concede that late goal. But I'm not as angry as I would have been because performance-wise, I just don't think we were good enough to get 3 points. Kipre wants the yellow card. They want handball. Handball? Really? It looks like it. I don't think it was a pen. Okay, the commentary team are very confused. Oh! That is a really blatant handball. That is a pen. Has he not given it? He's not given it. Oh, that is a blatant pen that Darren Bond's not spotted. To be fair, I didn't spot it, but it was a blatant punch away by Kipre. And Kipre defending again from that cross, winning a corner for Swansea. Wow, that's going to be a controversial moment there. Well, we were talking about simulation and dirty tactics, then that's what kind of Broja does as well. But McTominay's just his postural way that he plays, it makes it look as clumsy as it was. If he was a bit more of a tidy player, it probably would look like that Broja was trying to simulate something. But because McTominay is of a clumsy nature, it's going to look like it to the referees. So they can't have any complaints. It is a penalty. All right, corner comes in. Oh, I still can't believe that such a blatant handball by Kipre has not been spotted. Incredible. Well, I feel like it almost kind of balances out the decisions now. So, open to interpretation could have been that red card challenge. But now that penalty has now not been given for Cardiff's way as well. So now I've got a bit less sympathy for Cardiff now. Yeah, exactly. Just McTominay just doing what McTominay does, to be honest. And I'm glad I feel like most Man United fans actually particularly agree with that, to be fair. You know, it's only like the real media personalities who are going to try and influence people that say that this is not going to be a penalty. But I'm going to try and stop talking about Chelsea Man United. This is like for another time or another video that I could do. To be fair, this game has kind of died down a bit. You know, as I said, only one shot on target in 36 minutes. I did say that there'll be little goals. When I saw that red card, I was thinking, okay, you know, it's going to be very dominant now for Swansea. And I thought we'll get a couple more openings at this time. But no, Cardiff have defended quite well, to be fair. Here's Nathan Wood. Fulton. There's Grimes. Oh, this could be Kundal with a chance. Chance! Oh, it's a goal! Finally, we've got the opening goal. Swansea take, I think, a lead that was slightly deserved. I think they definitely should have had a penalty. And now they finally get their goal that they have been waiting for. It's Oliver Cooper who gets the opening goal for Swansea. They've had more of the ball. And this was one of the very few times where Cardiff didn't really defend this very well. Nkuku tries to clear it. And he kicks it straight at Kundal, who keeps the ball alive. Holds the ball very well. Kipre tries to get in the way. Kind of tackles Kundal in the process. So that could have been another penalty decision, to be fair. But the referee plays on, and Oliver Cooper gets a really nice chipped shot underside of the crossbar and into the roof of the net. A very nice goal by Swansea. 1-0 to the Swans just before half-time, and that is exactly what they would have wanted, and I think they slightly now deserve that. But I would dare say I definitely would think it would be a bit more closer had Cardiff had 11 men on the pitch. Scored in the last two championship games, apparently, Oliver Cooper. So he's doing very well with his form now as a striker. Terry Cole's in a box, says CG. If it was the other box, I would say Jorginho doing it to Fred from a corner. It wouldn't be. I'm going to disagree. I don't think it's down to the reputation, to be honest. I definitely do think it's just by the nature. If Jorginho was manhandling Broja in the same manner, I don't care who it would have been, I think it would have been a pen still. I just think it's the mannerism, just like the action, just the approach of McTominay, very brutish in a way, I would say, and just clumsy. McTominay is a clumsy player, and that's why it looked worse than it did. And I do think if you do manhandle a player in the box like that, it will be a pen. As simple as that. So, yeah, we've got a goal for both of the 12 o'clock kickoffs now. Swansea have taken the lead against Cardiff. As I said, the goal coming from Oliver Cooper. They've not updated it on SofaScore yet, but they should do around now. And that means, as I said, Swansea with a win will be in the top 6. And they overtake Sheffield United with this win at the moment. 8 wins out of 16, a 50% win rate percentage. And another goal in terms of Watford and Luton. Keenan Davis with the goal. Kamara with the assist. So the home team's doing very well today. Watford go up to 10th. Swansea go up to 4th. Luton down to 9th. And Cardiff stay in 21st place. And that'll be a really exciting result for the teams in the bottom 3 who will be sniffing Cardiff to try and close the gap on them there. So it would put Hudson and, well, just this Cardiff team in general under so much pressure. I know McTominay's a physical player, but I just personally think if it was down in that same brutish approach that what McTominay did, I don't care who it would have been, it still would have been given. I just think it's just how he did it. I don't think he just has an agenda or using a reputation against him, because if that was the case, then that would be really unfair. But it's just how, unfortunately, he approaches the game, McTominay. It's something that he's just used to and what he needs to work on. That was an interesting cross by Lati Bodier. I'm now getting used to saying his name correctly. And it goes for a goal kick. It wasn't a great clearance by Nkuku. Clears it pretty much straight at Kundu, who runs straight into the box. Gives it off to Oliver Cooper, pretty unmarked as well, which was disappointing defensively from Cardiff. Underside of the crossbar and in, 1-0 to Swansea. So here is Sorinona up against Rina Motta. Rina Motta does very well there, actually. And it's a free kick to Cardiff. 4 minutes left of this first half before we reach stoppage time. What is everyone's thoughts of this game so far? Thank you to whoever's just subscribed, by the way. We're on 1,516. We're 4 subscribers away from 1,520. If you guys have not hit the subscribe button, please do so. It only takes 2 seconds to do so. And it really, really helps the growth of this channel when you do that. So thank you guys, as always, for the terrific support. Free kick comes in, headed away by Cabango. And Cabango again, he's been up for every header. And yeah, free kick to Swansea here, offside. By the way, for the Premier League, we have got quite a few matches coming up later. So straight after this game, actually, we've got Villa versus Brentford, Leeds, Fulham, Southampton, Arsenal, Wolves, Leicester. All of those games are 2 p.m. kickoffs. Then that's followed by a 4:30 kickoff between Spurs and Newcastle. And then obviously the final game in the Premier League weekend is West Ham and Bournemouth. And finally, I can have a tiny, tiny break of doing the Prediction League before I have to do the 2 midweek games between Coventry and Rotherham and Burnley and Norwich. But then it just goes back to Champions League, I believe. Yeah, because Chelsea play Salzburg quite soon. I'm not excited. And Sheffield Wednesday play Bristol Rovers quite soon as well in League One, and that is a huge game. Because Sheffield Wednesday, of course, have a game in hand, and they would want to close the gap on Ipswich right now. In terms of what's going to be Friday's game in the Championship, or the next for next week's games, it's Birmingham QPR, which I think is interesting. Have I done a Birmingham watch-along yet? I can't remember if I've watched Birmingham. I don't think I have. So I'm very tempted actually to do this Birmingham QPR watch along. I've watched QPR at least once. I think I may have watched them more than once actually. But I'll be intrigued to see how that goes round. Then on the next Saturday, we've got a good amount of Championship and Premier League games. I mean, we've got the 7th side, not the 7th side, but we've got Bristol City and Swansea next weekend as well, so that will be very interesting. I think I'll do a 3 p.m. watch on because I think in that time Ipswich play against Charlton, and then it goes back to midweek games in the first week of November. So there's a big schedule ahead of us. That's a good cross chance. Oh! Again, Obafemi goes so close to making it 2. So Jay Fulton with an exquisite cross. Obafemi's movement is perfect again, but just doesn't get enough of a connection. Just slices it wide off the post. That could be a big chance missed. So currently, if it stays that way, that will be 3 points in the Prediction League, as I predicted 1-0 Swansea. But I do have a feeling, because Cardiff are down to 10 men and they've still got to deal with that throughout this whole second half, I'm not sure if it's going to stay 1-0, to be honest. Got 3 minutes of added time, by the way, because of the stoppages. We had Allsop going down. We also had the red card situation there, the penalty incident as well. So had a couple of stoppages in play, hence why we've got a slightly longer stoppage time for the first half than normal. Cabango to Matt Grimes. There's another goal at Vicarage Road. I've just got a notification about it. Right, let's go away from the number of subs at this moment because we've got another goal at Vicarage Road. Cross. Oh, I thought it was going to be another 2-0. Oh, Oliver Cooper just doesn't quite get enough of a connection there. Speaking of a 2-0, Watford have made it 2-0 against Luton just before half-time. William Truesdale with the goal. Yellow card as well. Did he take his shirt off celebrating against Little Luton Town to do that? He goes down. Definitely not a penalty for me. Lati Baudier is the one that goes down there. He wins a corner for Swansea. Watford now 2-0 up, and Watford cannot actually finish higher than 10th place since Luton are above them and they're only 1 point ahead of them. And I think it's a corner again. I think they're asking to retake the corner. Don't know why. One thing I've been pretty impressed actually with Swansea strikers, I know I've been slagging them off for quite a fair bit, their movement off the ball has been pretty good. They've just not looked very clinical if they have a connection with the ball, and that's my issue. Corner comes in, also with a pretty weak punch away. And Swansea passing out for the back now. Sorinola to Matt Grimes. Ball goes in. Header, and it's easy for Ryan Allsop. It was Ben Cabango winning that header there. Yeah, I mean, it was a high ball, really, but it lacked any sort of pace and intensity from it. So it wasn't the best of deliveries for Cabango. And that wraps up the first half. Cameras on Darren Bond, obviously giving that early red card to Callum Robinson. Probably on hindsight now, it probably should be a red card, but issue with that is that it's a red card that early on into the game, and I definitely think it really does affect the whole competitiveness of what this derby could have been. But at half-time, it is currently Swansea 1, Cardiff City 0. Give me your thoughts on that first half performance in the live chat. I will be answering all of your questions as I go through another debrief of their stats. Let's look at their stats now. So this is Watford and Luton. I think that's also gone to half-time. Don't think they have yet, but I mean, it may not have updated yet, to be fair. So Swansea win this. This will be 5 wins in 4. No, I can't do the maths. Oh my gosh, I can't do maths. 5 wins in their last 6. That's the maths. So that is really, really remarkable consistency. So take away that 4-0 defeat to Burnley there, which was quite awful for them. That's 5 wins in 6, which is remarkable for the Swansea team. Cardiff, on the other hand, struggling a bit. This will be 3 defeats in a row if they are not careful and they can't get anything out of this. You know, they had those back-to-back wins against Blackburn and Wigan. That Wigan performance especially was really, really good. But now, especially if they have those 3 defeats in a row, they've got to be very careful with the likes of Coventry, West Brom, maybe Huddersfield. I don't know about them, to be honest. But definitely Coventry and West Brom, I think, will start getting some consistency down. And if those teams just above relegation zone don't pick up their form, I think they will start getting sleepwalking into that bottom 3. Possession looks like this. I don't know how that wasn't a penalty without handball. I mean, you should have seen. I don't know if you were there for my reaction, but the players were around him, and I was shocked at first. But seeing the replay, it was the most blatant handball I've ever seen. He literally punched the ball away. It's a blatant penalty. Anyway, in terms of stats, 78% to 22%, 7 shots to 2, 2 shots on target to 1, 4 shots off target to 1, 1 blocked shot there, 3 corners to 1, 1 red card of course, 1 big chance missed. That was that Michael Obafemi chance. I'm surprised that second Michael Obafemi chance wasn't also counted as a big chance either. Maybe it was a bit more of a, not as clear cut as it was, because that opportunity was definitely a little bit harder, but I think it was still a big chance missed. Look at that, 87 passes from Cardiff. Barely touched the ball in this game. 322 which is over 3 times as many passes as what Cardiff have made in that whole entire first half. Accuracy as well has really improved, and that is one area I'm really impressed with Swansea here. 90% accuracy to Cardiff's 61%. Long balls, they've definitely used a little bit more. So a clash of styles, which I'm really pleased about. I think it was something I did mention in my predictions. Dribbles, Swansea doing a couple bit more of that there. More interceptions, but Cardiff with more tackles. Now let's go to Watford and Luton. Finally, that game's gone to half-time. 2-0. The goal scorers, Troost-Ekong and Keenan Davis. I think based on the quick turnaround for goal to yellow card, I think Troost-Ekong must have took his shirt off or something. For statistics, you got 62% to 38% to Watford's favour, 8 shots to 4, 5 shots on target to 1. I was saying there with those stats, that is way more like it, Watford. Whatever you're doing in this game, keep doing that. Because it's clear to me that I think Watford have got one of the best squads in the league, but they're just underperforming. They've just not been consistent nearly as enough as they have as they should be. But they've shown here that with the right game set, with the right management and the right motivation, they can get good results. 5 corners to 0. Seems like it's a bit of an off day for Luton so far. 2 big chances and 1 there, and 1 big chance missed from both as well. So could have potentially had more than just 2 goals there. 3 saves from Horvath there, so he's been kept very busy there. Accurate passes at 83% to 70% there. You've got more long balls from Luton there, so they're going a bit more direct there. They actually, Watford beat Luton in tackles and interceptions, which is quite rare for the running side, actually. So, tells me that Watford are actually playing with some determination and some desire. And that's what they need to try and do going forward here. Before I read more comments, I will do my traditional what would I do situation. They're going to review the red card again. I want to hear their reaction. Well, I still think there's a bit of simulation there looking at that target, but then I'm now looking back. I mean, Mark Hudson, he looks absolutely dumbfounded of what Robinson has just done there. Right. Was I really defending Robinson a bit too much there? Probably, to be fair. It did. Now looking back at it, I felt like maybe I was just looking at too many replays in slow-mo. When I played it back in real time, that was a very hard hit that Robinson did on Cabango, and definitely out of character and just out of sorts, really. But I do back my point that I think a bit of simulation was involved from Cabango there. I don't think he was in as much pain as he was suggesting. But I think it's almost like, what do you call it? It's almost like if you are in one team, like if you like doing team events in school and you see one person knowingly cheating and then you get a snitch in a way. And it almost kind of feels a bit similar like that, just snitching it, making it feel worse. And I do think there was a small bit of simulation there by Cabango, probably a bit of intelligence on his part there. But Robinson should not act like that, full stop. So I'm just a little bit annoyed in a way that it came so early in the game. I mean, the referee's not seen. I'm seeing that challenge again. Now that I'm seeing it again, it is so blatantly obvious it's a handball. Oh my goodness me. How has Darren Bond not even seen that? I cannot believe that. It gets worse. It gets nowhere near his head. Erin says, Upper Swans. I think they've deserved it at this moment of time. I mean, they've got a big advantage with Robinson acting out the way that he's done. On a really excellent Doner Kebab, says Vijay there. How are Watford doing? I mean, they're 2-0 up to Luton right now against their local rivals, doing very well. Based on the stats, they look rather dominant as well. More shots on target, 5 shots on target as well. And I'm like, yes, Watford, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. pulled in more tackles, more interceptions as well, despite being the winning team as well, which is not often that you see that from the winning side in the moment as well. So it goes to show that Watford have played with a lot of desire today, but they need to have that same motivation when they're playing a Rotherham or a Wigan and all of those teams, and they don't drop those silly points. I think their away form's been a big issue as well, as they've only won one away game so far this season, Watford. That's really what they've got to fix. Excuse me, I'm really sorry. That's because I stayed up till 3 a.m. today to try and update the Premier League Prediction League, which I have done. Obviously, excluding the games being played today. I still need to do the Championship Prediction League, which I need to catch up on. And then as soon as I finish calculating that is when I'll record my review video. So there's a lot of things for me to do. Watford need the motivation. Yeah, it's clear. If you don't have the motivation, then that they are not fit to be Watford players. You know, their motivation should be as high as anyone's. You know, you shouldn't be unmotivated to play football. If those teams are unmotivated to play in the Championship or think they're too good for the Championship, you need to get rid. It's simple as that. It's blunt, but it's true. You know, you'll be very surprised how a couple of egotistical I can't say the word. Egotistical players can really take your squad down. I'm making up some words here. So let's actually do what I would do. So if I was referee of Swansea, what would I do here with this team? I'll definitely keep Cooper and Kunda on as long as I can. Obafemi struggled a bit today. I probably wouldn't make too many changes, to be honest. I think Nutshim can go on at some point, maybe replacing one of Kunda and Cooper, but not too soon. Maybe a 70th minute substitution there. Maybe a Nutshim could play striker, replacing Obafemi, or we can play in one of the positions of Cooper and Kundal, and potentially either one of him or both Nutshim and Liam Cullen, and Liam Cullen can play in that striker role there. Norton, I think, will be needed for experience. I'd expect him to replace either Cabango or maybe even Sorendona if he wants to play a wing-back position there. And I think maybe Armstrong Okaflace could be brought on as well. So that's what I would do eventually, but I think he would be a late sub for me. Now, Cardiff, I got to think very carefully. If I was Mark Hudson now, how would I overturn this here? For a start, they need to strike that balance of having that threat. They definitely need to keep, for me, O'Dowda on. I'm not too sure about Shea Ojo, to be honest. I think having Mark Harris on, I don't think would go amiss. I think what I would do immediately, in a way, is Harris and Daly Campbell. I think those two would be the two more likely players to potentially get some attacking flair and to work with O'Dowda there. If they get a goal, I would probably replace one of Rintel or Rinamoto for Sawyers to try and get more control in that midfield. And I think the midfield has been a bit overrun as well. So Romain Sawyers needs to make an appearance for me as well at some point as well. And what I think will happen, but not necessarily urgent, Jack Simpson I think will go on for one of the back line as well. Potentially a Thomas Sang or an Nkuku, to be honest. He'll definitely play in one of those positions there. Club is in meltdown, rubs on the players, expect new owners quite soon. Well, getting rid of owners is just not easy, unfortunately. You know, if you like them or not. Swansea have a lovely surroundings. Gowers Beaches are the best in the UK. Cardiff has Road Park. I need to really start trying to be ambitious to go to these games because I am missing out on a heck of a lot by not going to these surroundings. Like, I know someone from work who's been to Home Park in Plymouth before, and she's described it as like one of the most beautiful places she's been to, which is crazy for me. But I wouldn't know because I've not been there, and I definitely do need to try. I definitely need to try and get on with that. Okay, so we've only got a couple of minutes away for the second half to be starting. for both Swansea, Cardiff and Watford, Luton. Any more comments and predictions and stuff like that that you would like to share? AJ Wolf predicts that Cardiff will somehow get a draw. It somehow wouldn't surprise me. Right, here are the goals. Here's Kamara's cross. Oh, that's a nice goal by Keenan Davis. Good bit of improvisation there. And then corner comes in for the second goal. Taken short. Oh, João Pedro, take a bow. Does very well to build up to that goal. Truce Ekong. I didn't get to see his celebration, so I wouldn't know how he got booked straight after his goal. Maybe he riled the Luton fans. Maybe that's how he got a yellow card. Okay, so more advertising breaks. They've really tried to stretch out these breaks. They do make it feel like that the second half's coming very, very soon, but then they're like, oh no, we got to try and drag it out as long as we can. Matt's on his own today. Didn't even realise. He's got a good game on. 2 goals already. 1 goal and a red card for me. So we've been spotted today. I actually think we've had some good championship games, to be honest. Just hang on a minute. Just doing something. So it looks like there are going to be some substitutions, I think. I think there's the board's coming out. I'd be a bit surprised if there wasn't any subs. I think especially from Cardiff. Cardiff, I think, definitely need to try and change things. I think Harris is getting ready to go on, which I did say would be one of my suggestions. And Shea Ojo's going off. Okay, all right. I was interested to see who they'll bring off, but I did say I think Shea Ojo was the weakest one out of the front 2 that I would have considered with O'Dowda and Ojo there. I definitely said keep O'Dowda on, and he has done that. So fair play to him for doing that. Okay then. So second half's about to kick off here, and it'll be Swansea kicking off this time. And there they go. They kick off. Second half has now been underway between Swansea and Cardiff. What will happen in this second half? Who knows? I can't spell a word. Hang on. Oh, this could be a chance. Oh, a little bit of a nervousness in the back line, but they'll save by the offside flag. Okay, thanks for the 10 of you here, by the way. I do appreciate all of the viewers that have popped by today. It really does help the growth of this channel when you do turn up and you make your comments, you like the streams and subscribe, doing all of those things. All of them really do help the growth of the channel. So guys, I'll do this again. If you guys can hit that like button, it really, really helps the growth of the channel. We're on 28 likes, guys. We're 2 likes away from our target of 30 likes. So guys, if any of you have not liked the stream yet, please smash that like button. It really does help the growth of the channel. If you do that, it takes 2 seconds to do and it really helps. In terms of the subscribers now, we're still 1516. We've gained 1 sub today. Thank you to whoever it was who has subscribed. If you've not hit the subscribe button, please also do that as well, because that also takes 2 seconds to do and it really does help the growth of the channel too. And for a small bet, 2,000 subscribers means that I go clean shaved. My beard goes, and it would remind a lot of people of the OG Let's Let's days where I had no beard and I looked like 12 years old when I was doing videos. But I do need to go for a change of style, and one way to motivate me to eventually do it is if the channel can reach subscriber achievement. So guys, 2,000 subscribers, this bid goes. And if I could do the quick maths, it's 484 subscribers away. So not far away, not far away. You guys can definitely push it. Right, so second halves for both Swansea, Cardiff, and Watford and Luton. Both of the home teams picking up a good win so far, both keeping a clean sheet. Both games having a bit of element of everything at the moment. You know, two feisty derbies. Watford and Luton having a couple of yellow cards. I think there was at least 3 yellow cards that I counted. Cardiff obviously going down to 10 men very early on, and a good goal in the end by Oliver Cooper as well. So it's been 2 really good games to watch. Burnley till I die. Afternoon, he says. Afternoon, Burnley till I die. If you're a new viewer, everyone, do give Burnley till I die a warm welcome on Lex Alexis. I tell you what, you'll be very happy with your team right now. A 4-goal comeback against Sunderland. Stadium of Light. In the biggest stadium of the Championship this season. Never easy. But it does look like that Burnley are being the real deal this season. Only 1 defeat in their opening 15 games. A tough game against Norwich in midweek. But surely now, if you can overtake and just beat Norwich in this game here, you're going to really cement yourselves as the favourites to go up. Some good off-the-field play by Cardiff. Oh, that's a crunching tackle by Harry Darling. Oh, Callum Dowder. Oh, is it going to be some more handbags? Okay, a little bit of a tension there. Clearly O'Dowda trying to... Okay, oh, hang on a minute. We could get things starting to brew again. It's a very strong challenge by Harry Darling, and he might get booked for it. And I don't know what's going on, but there's definitely going to be a yellow card to a couple of people. Okay, no, Harry Darling has been awarded a yellow card, and same with Callum O'Dowda. Maybe a bit of tactics for O'Dowda to get Harry Darling that yellow card, reacting in the way that he does. If we could stop giving away leads, we'd be romping away with the league. No, agreed. You know, that's the only thing I've kind of criticised for Burnley there, with the amount of draws that they've had this season. You know, that's why they're not first place right now, because QPR and Blackburn somehow have just won more games. It's as simple as that. But definitely for how they've been unbeaten for so long, I definitely think Burnley are going to be a very tricky team to stop. Burnley will win it. Sheffield United runners up, and the rest is up for grabs. Interesting predictions there. Who knows? You know, honestly, I couldn't predict it right now. I feel like Burnley will win it, but I don't know who would get second right now. It could really be very open. I think second place this year is going to be very open. We've got to be very, very careful here. You know, both O'Dowda and Darling here. The last thing that Swansea lead now is for themselves to go down to 10 men as well. They've got a numerical advantage on the pitch. They need to keep it that way. And Harry Darling gaining that yellow card the way that he did, he's going to be very, very careful about that. Solana. He's going to pass it to Cabango. Here's Jay Fulton. This is my first time seeing Swansea this season, actually, and I definitely say they've got to work on being clinical. I think their runs for the strikers have actually been pretty good. Their possession is looking tidy. Their passing accuracy has improved. I think that is the one part of the game that I can definitely safely say they've really improved since I've last seen them. I mean, the cross comes in there. I mean, it's incredible, really. I still cannot believe about that decision there. They're going to keep replaying that handball challenge, really. Kabanga now on the ball. Need another striker. Ashley Barnes is done with too many injuries. Yeah, I would say another striker wouldn't go amiss for Burnley there, but I definitely think that's I feel like the only thing where you're lacking a bit of depth. But I think you've got depth in every other position, which I think is very, very important. So that's going to mean when the midweek games come, for instance, you're going to be well prepared to get them out of the way, really. You know, a lot of the problems with these teams is when the quick turnaround of games between weekend and midweek, then back to weekend, players get fatigued, tired and injured, and then, you know, players could be rushed back and then they get long-term injuries. "52 minutes in, still 1-0 Swansea. A lack of quality in the final ball for me. I'm also keeping a very close eye on Watford and Luton Town as well, which is still at 2-0 at this moment of time. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot's happening there at the moment. Not really a lot of time to judge what will happen. I mean, I think it's because both of these games have had early actions in the first couple of minutes of their first halves. Watford getting a goal and this game having a red card. That's a good chance there. Oh, okay, Joe Wall's got to be careful. Now, Lati Bodier, you've got to make sure you keep your calm here. And he has kept his calm. I think sometimes with a heated derby, you can sometimes lose your head. And you've seen that, like, hands-on, like with Callum Robinson. That's one example of that. Norwich on Tuesday, that's why Corker Rodriguez was arrested. Yeah, that's right. And I will be doing a watch-along for that as well. So I'm expecting a good game. I actually do need to check if they're showing it on Sky. I really bloody hope they're showing it on Sky, to be honest. If I could check now. Are they going to show Norwich versus Burnley live? They really should, to be honest. I'd be very shocked if they didn't. But I will be able to check. If it is on Sky, I will be watching it. It's Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Yes, it's live. And it's Sky as well. So, yep, I'll be watching it. That'll be the next stream, that watch-along. I could do a Monday stream of not Villa Breville, it's Bournemouth West Ham, but I think I'm going to be a bit too tired. And to be honest, I need to really get on with my studies, to be fair. Not university or even A-level studies. I am just studying externally by other providers with my workplace. It is on Sky. Oh, are you a season ticket holder for Burnley? Oh, fair play to you then. Fair play. So, 10 minutes gone in this second half. 1-0 still to Swansea, and that does suit me because I've predicted 1-0 Swansea in my predictions. I'll keep that quiet now because I know what it's like. I'm even fortunate enough to get one correct score, which was QPR and Wigan, even though they really tried very hard to play with my emotions there. But I know for a fact I definitely predicted Swansea to win 1-0. I've already got the Watford-Luton game wrong, so it would feel nice for me to get... Oh, this could end it. Oh, chance for Obafemi. Good save. Really good save by Allsop there. I literally thought I was going to jinx it, and Obafemi is going to say, nope, no 3 points for you. It's very patient play, and that is the advantage of them holding on to the ball and finding that space eventually. I tell you what, I do think Obafemi needs to find the corner more. A little bit too central for my liking there, for Obafemi there. Decent power, but it's not hitting the corner. It's going to be a bread and butter save for Ryan Allsop. Corner in for Matt Grimes. Oh, it's headed away by Curtis Nelson. And it's booted away for good measure. Here's Matt Grimes. Back to Sorinona, who's playing a little bit more deeper in this half, I've noticed there. Maybe it's something that Russell Martin's told him. Another goal at Vicarage Road. They've not showed it on Sky, but it's just popped up on my phone. It's going to be a very good day for Watford. Oh, my goodness me. This could be disastrous. Obafemi just in the edge of the box. Joe Rules does well. Free kick awarded to Cardiff. My goodness me. And Obafemi's not happy. Oh, yellow card's going to be awarded for Obafemi, I think. He's got to be careful, Obafemi. So, yeah, definitely a yellow card for him. I mean, right now, there's just a lot of players are losing their heads. So it's basically he wanted a foul from Joe Walls. And right now, Obafemi cannot afford to get into that. Pushes Ryan Wintle, who doesn't even make the challenge on him, to be honest. So, yeah, another yellow card for Swansea, but they've got to be really careful now. And that's the thing of when you have a young squad, they lack that sort of discipline. And they've got to be quite careful about that. By the way, the third goal scorer goes to João Pedro for Watford. 3-0 Watford. It's turned out to be a really, really good day for them. 10th place that they're going to finish. Luton, it's not proven to be a good day for them. They've had a long unbeaten run, but they're going to be incredibly humbled now by this Watford team. Coniston, welcome to the stream. I think a lot of viewers have been a little bit fortunate today. You know, Matt's been covering Watford, Luton. I've been covering Swansea and Cardiff. We've both had key moments to try and commentate our reactions on. I'd definitely say with this second half right now, Swansea have come the closest to scoring with that Obafemi chance. But he's got to be very careful. Both him and Harry Darling have picked up very needless yellow cards. They've got an extra man on the pitch with Callum Robinson completely losing his head. And you really do need to get you need to use that numerical advantage, you know, to its proper. Right, once again, Obafemi now trying to calm Luke Cundle down, so he's going to be very careful again. Yellow cards are just flying out the wazoo now. Another yellow card awarded, I think, to Swansea again. Luke Cundle now getting yellow carded. If I was Russell Martin now, I probably would be thinking of making subs. He's going to be quite careful. Yeah, I mean, that's a very strong challenge on Nkuku there. Absolutely unnecessary. He didn't really even need to do a slide tackle like that, to be honest. We're 59 minutes in, so I definitely would think making a double substitution in the 60th minute wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, because there's 3 yellow cards for this Swansea team right now, and if I was a manager right now, I would not want to go down to 10 men right now. Having that numerical advantage is going to be Swansea's secret weapon too. Or poor defending in a way. Things a bit clumsy, but is awarded with a free kick. Curtis Nelson's now gnashing out a bit. Swansea's got a free kick. Careful, guys. No. I mean, right now, I mean, any challenge that happens, there's going to be some handbags being thrown. And there's another yellow card. This time to Joe Walls, I think. Well, any challenge now is going to be a yellow card. Joe Walls now with the yellow card. So that's 2 for Cardiff in this second half and 3 for Swansea in this second half. And that's also not even including the red card from the first half. That was practically the only card we got in that first half. So the goal kick came in from Allsop. They wanted a penalty. And then, okay, yeah, so the yellow card was awarded from Walls basically fouling Cundle in a way. I think at the moment he's got to be very careful right now. We could even get more red cards, which is crazy in itself. So to remind you what it means for the table, Luton 9th and Watford 10th. Swansea with this current 3 points, they go into 4th. But a draw would see them plummet down quite a fair bit in the table. And Cardiff with a draw would see them rise up 1 place up to 20th place. Once again, referee letting a couple things go. Although Swansea now with a bit of a spell. Grimes. To Fulton, back to Grimes here. There's Harry Darling. Latabodiere. That's how the commentator said it. Nathan Wood now back to Grimes. Bit of possession for Swansea. Just outside of Cardiff's box. Sorolona. Does well to get past Sang, but good defending by Cedric Kipre. Now back to Cabango. Yeah, Thomas Sang kind of struggling against the pace of Sorolona there. Kipre kind of clears it and kind of clear it properly now. It's back to the possession of Swansea. And it's back to the goalkeeper's possession, who boots it away. At this moment, got to be quite careful, Cardiff, because Swansea are still continuing to press. Obafemi and Latabodiere are both pressing very, very high up the pitch. Though O'Dowda could get this. Hang on a minute. O'Dowda with a good run. Cross. Header. Just over. Mark Harris with the chance. And it's over the goal. Closest chance that Cardiff have gone. I don't know. Did Harris get that? Harris did get the ball. But it's decent defending by Harry Darling. I can see a very dramatic last day of the season from everything happening now. Is this the final game week of the season? Because if it is, or the reverse lot of these fixtures, if they're the final game weeks of the season, then I am really excited. Grimes, and that's not a good ball. Goal kick. I've not actually checked the last fixtures, to be honest. 63 minutes gone. 1-0 Swansea. No goals in the second half. There's been a goal, obviously, with Watford and Luton. 3-0 now to Watford. To remind you guys, the goal scorer there was João Pedro for the third. The first two goals were from Troost Ekong and Keenan Davis. With Swansea and Cardiff, let's quickly look at some stats now as we are nearly halfway through the second half. So, 81% to 19% possession. That is quite a damning stat. 8 shots to 3, 3 shots on target to 1, 4 shots on target to 2, 1 block shots to 0, 4 corner kicks to 1 there, 2 offsides there, 1 big chance missed for Swansea there, which was that Obafemi chance. 104 passes, so narrowly just over 100 passes for Cardiff there. It looks like... And it looks like Cardiff have won a good free kick here. In a good area, actually. Swansea got to be a bit careful how they're dealing with defending this. Because they're conceding a lot of free kicks right now, Swansea. And if they're not careful, they'll pay the price for it. Joe Walls with the delivery. And it's poor. It doesn't receive anyone. O'Dowda tries to get ahead. And he doesn't get it. Throw in to Swansea now. Teams predicted to do well are now actually in the bottom. I know, it's crazy. This season's been so unpredictable, and I love it, really. More, I really, really want this to continue, to be honest. I'm loving the turnaround for Coventry at the moment. I think that is proving to be a bit of an inspiring story. Obviously, like the downfall of both Sheffield United and Norwich have been dramatic. I think we can safely say for one thing, I think Burnley should win the league, I think. The only thing that may stop them is their inconsistency to string winning streaks. So Matt Grimes has made more passes than the entire Cardiff team. That is incredible. And I think Matt Grimes, did he win the most passes from open play last year? Cyber Leader, welcome to the stream. If you're a new viewer, everyone do give Cyber Leader a warm welcome. And we've gained a sub. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. We're on 1,517. We're 3 away from 1,520, which would be a really good target for this channel today. If you guys have not liked the stream yet, guys, please do smash that like button. It really does help the growth of this channel. And if you've not hit that subscribe button, please... Oh, that's a good ball. This could be it. And it's 2-0. My 3 points are gone. Obafemi scores for Swansea. 2-0. Game over. I mean, it's A sensational pass by Matt Grimes. Through ball right through the middle. Obafemi times his run to perfection and does not miss from there. After missing a similar chance in the first half, dragging the shot wide, he doesn't miss for the second time. 2-0 Swansea. And how crucial was that as well for the fact that he got that yellow card there, kept his cool after he got it, still on the pitch. And now it's currently 3 consecutive wins in a row for Swansea in this South Wales derby. So as Fulton, and he is onside. What a ball that was by Matt Grimes. Absolutely timed to perfection. Kipre and Nelson just don't close in quick enough. The run is perfect. Also can't do anything about it. 2-0 Swansea. And for me, that's game over now. What a goal. Now I need Cardiff to score. Very unlikely, but it might happen. Yeah, well, that's my 3 points gone now, Wallace Gordon fan, which will probably be a relief for you. But, yeah, I see it staying 2-0, or if anything, it'll be 3-0, because I do think Cardiff going down to 10 men is not going to help. They've only had 1 shot on target in the entire game, which was that volley from distance from Thomas Sang. I don't personally see Cardiff scoring unless they get a penalty or something. And it's poor spacing from the 2 defenders of Curtis Nelson and Kipre. They don't stay tight to him. They allow Obafemi to make a lot of space to make that timed run. The pass from Grimes is sensational. And he couldn't miss from this distance out. 2-0 Swansea. And as it stands, if you see in terms of the championship table, they are in the top 6. They're 4th place. They can't finish any higher. In fact, they've actually won more games than Burnley this season, which is crazy. And then Cardiff with 18 points, only 2 points ahead of Coventry. It's not looking particularly good for Cardiff now. That would be 3 consecutive defeats as it stands. Bernie Till I Die says we've got Reading next week. Yeah, that's right. And I've Reading next week. Yeah, I think it'll be a good game actually. Adrian Bootler says 2-0. That's right. So the first goal of the game went to Oliver Cooper. It was from pretty much a good bit of play by Luke Kundle. Cross came in. And Nkuku doesn't defend it very, very well. Kundle gets into the box. Swansea don't really defend it well. Cooper, free of space, hits the shot underside of the crossbar and in. And the goal just now, it was good play by Harry Darling to keep the ball into the play. Passes it to Matt Grimes, and he does a sensational through ball. Nelson and Kipre not close enough. Obafemi makes a very good run, timed it to perfection, stayed on side, slotted it past Allsop, who had a very similar, and he had a very similar chance like that in the first half. He doesn't miss the second time. So give Obafemi these openings, you're going to get punished. And Cardiff gave him those openings one too many times. That makes it 2-0 to Swansea. And for the fact that Cardiff are still going to have a numerical disadvantage, I think it's game over for them. And Sheffield United a week after that, well then that's a huge game. You know, I think Norwich is going to be big. I mean, for the fact that Burnley have not played Norwich or Sheffield United yet is big. I mean, to be fair, your only defeat of the season was against Watford. So I don't know about your record against the recently relegated clubs. I think if they approach the game with that same confidence as they have done with the rest, then I think Burnley will be all right. It's just seeing if they can maintain that good nerve and they can handle the pressure. Because they're going to offer intense games. Watford and Luton, by the way, still 3-0 to Watford. It's looking very comfortable for them now. And Watford just looking very inconsistent. Their home form, if you notice here, you know, they've not done too badly. 2 wins at home, and then they had that defeat against Swansea there, which was a bit of a shock. But Watford, what they've really struggled with, as you can see there, back-to-back away defeats. It's been their away form, really. Sorenona wants a free kick there. Thomas Sang getting a bit frustrated there. Both of them getting a bit frustrated there. Both need to really keep their heads at the moment there. Adrian say no chance to Constance 2-2. Yeah, I don't see it, unfortunately. Wallace fan might not be out for Woods, yeah. He's gone for 2-1. But as of right now, I don't see Cardiff scoring. So I think it's... And it was annoying because I was going to go 2-0 as well. But, you know, if, should have, would have, could have, you know. It's one of those things. If we pressed, we struggled with teams and you just can't keep it for 92 minutes. Blackpool did it and Sunderland yesterday. Yeah, I think that's interesting, actually, that if they play Burnley at their own game, that Burnley struggled to deal with that. And I think that is quite interesting, to be honest. Because Burnley, a bit similar to Swansea, like to hog the ball a bit. They do attack out wide very, very well. You know, I'm looking at likes of Bettino, Matson. I look at Brownhill being another example. Those wide players that just bomb forward with so much pace and determination. And then you've got the central players that can definitely chip in with a couple of goals here and there. Zarai has been a really good player out of nowhere as well. I watched him for his debut game, and I thought he looked like a lost deer in headlights a little bit. You know, was completely all over the place. But now he's starting to find his feet, and I believe that's 2 goals in 2 games for Zarai now as well. This might be a repeat of last season's thrashing. It does have that feel, unfortunately, and I think that it has unfortunately just really been from the get-go since Robertson got that red card. I really do think he's ruined this whole entire game. I think that's Rina Motta going off and Gavin White going on. So I was correct about Rina Motta going off, but I wasn't correct about who he was going to be replaced with. I've not seen a lot of Gavin White, which is why I didn't say for him, but I'll be intrigued to see how he gets on here. Mathematically possible, but based on a way of play, yeah, it's not impossible, but I would say it'd be very unlikely. Probability-wise, it'd probably be 1 in a 10th chance to get that, and I just don't see it really, unfortunately. When you've got, when you're down to 10 men as well, I just think it also increases the chances of you not getting back into it, unfortunately, there. Very unpredictable league, says Michael Brown. Indeed, honestly, it's really difficult this year. The only thing I can feel pretty predictable about is that I do think Burnley will get at least top 2. I don't know first or second yet, but if they still stay unbeaten and stay consistent the way they've been, I think Burnley will get... Oh! My God, out of nowhere, what a shot. And what a save by Ryan Alsop. Nearly 3-0. Ben Cabango, who almost started it off in terms of when things went wrong for Swansea there. A shot from just outside the box. That was a fierce strike. Sorinona and Cabango combining well again. It's a really good save, actually, by Alsop. And it's got speed, accuracy, maybe a little bit central, but it still made Alsop having to dive out for it. It's a really good save, actually, and a great strike. If that went in and made it 3-0, then that'd be game over. Corner comes in. Alsop doesn't really get a strong touch to it. And Cardiff don't really build out well there. Not sure about Muric, but he's primarily there for his distribution. He was spoiled, and you got Heaton and Pope. Yeah, I think definitely you've had a really good amount of goalkeepers. I just think definitely it's just weird to adjust to someone as different as what Muric is. I think definitely give Muric a little bit of time. I think definitely, I think it was a bit unfairly treated at Nottingham Forest, to be honest. And I think if you give him a good streak of games, I know he's made like at least one howler, if I can remember right. But at this moment of time, I'd take one mistake over a potential inexperienced goalkeeper who can make mistake after mistake. And if he's not going to get minutes, how is he going to develop and grow his experience? I went with Borough to finish second. I don't think I did. I think... Oh, this could be a chance to make it 3. Good last-ditch defending by Kipre. Wow, I was going to say, all of a sudden, Oliver Cooper had all the space in the world. So, it was good pass by, I think it was Olivia Litcham, actually. Yeah, it's a really good bit of defending there. Honestly, keeping Cardiff very, very briefly just about into this game. So, yeah, I forgot to actually mention, Luke Cundall has gone off, who was one of the players that got booked. And Olivia Litcham has come on instead. I thought the ball went out. And they have stopped it. The ball has gone out indeed. 76 minutes in. Burgee, it's good to see you, man. How are you doing? Give us a wave, says Blue Terrier. Blue Terrier is definitely milking it right now. How do you feel about Coventry, Burgee? Great win again. 3 wins in a row. 2 points off safety now. You'll be licking your lips with Cardiff right now, losing this game the way that they are right now. Callum Robson has definitely ruined this game for them there, getting that red card as early as he did. Very petulant for what he did. I was originally a bit annoyed that the red card was given, but in hindsight, he shouldn't act in the way that he did. The only reason I was really annoyed is that when you get a red card that early on, it really ruins the competitiveness of this game, because I genuinely think those two teams were rather equal actually before Robertson got sent off. And since then, one of the worst teams to go down to 10 men against is Swansea, who like to hog the ball and look very, very dominant with it. And honestly, I mean, this is the first time I've seen Swansea live on TV, this season at least. And what I would say about them there, I definitely think they could have even scored more goals, really. One thing that has impressed me, their passing accuracy is dramatically improved for what I remembered it. And their movement of the strikers. Cooper, who I've not seen a lot of, looks really promising. Lati Bodier, who I've been practicing trying to pronounce his name, he's looked rather promising as well. And of course, Obafemi being that physical presence up front as well. And he could have scored at least 2 goals today. He missed a really good chance in the first half. Absolutely buzzing. We win and 3 games in hand and we go 6th. Well, wouldn't go far ahead, but honestly, right now, oh, that's a good chance maybe for Swansea. Kipre heads it away. Oh, chance for Darling. Oh, he wants a penalty, but I don't think it's going to be given. I still can't get over that. They're just pushing Obafemi aside because Obafemi is on a yellow card right now. If he does anything of a yellow card offence again, it'll be 10 versus 10, and Cardiff will have a bit of a lifeline. Coniston asked me to say, you need to meet Matt and his friends and feature in his vlog at least once. You never know, it might happen one day. You never know. If I want to be travelling all around the UK, it could always happen. 79 minutes gone, 11 minutes left, plus stoppage time, of course. We could get quite a bit of stoppage time, to be honest, because we've had a lot of breaks in play with just players just throwing handbags, to be fair. A lot of yellow card challenges. Matt Grimes with the corner. Oh, not quite cleared. Darling. Rises above everyone there. Doesn't really go anywhere. Curtis Nelson's going to get there, and he boots it away. You can go into playoff finals again. Who knows? Yeah, honestly, I mean, I could try to at least. But yeah, Coventry right now, because I think they've got a couple of home games consecutively. I know they've got one against Rotherham and they've got one against Blackpool very soon as well. Winnable games, I dare say. I think especially Rotherham, who have been a bit erratic since Matt Taylor coming in. I think he's still trying to settle things. And with Blackpool, I think their away form has actually tailed off quite a bit. I think Blackpool have dramatically improved their home form. And Coventry need to make, a bit of dominance in their way, with their home form there. And they got a good win against Sheffield United as well. So we'll see if they can continue that. Burgee, absolute legend you are. Thank you so much for the £1 donation, mate. Absolutely smashing in your ground. And thank you so much. That is terrifically appreciative on your part. Thank you so much. One for popping by and one for donating as well. Absolutely appreciative. Guys, in this final 10 minutes, I mean, just check out Burgee for a start. Absolute legend he is. And for this channel here, if you've not smashed the like button, please do so as well. Really helps to grow the channel. In fact, actually, hang on. Could be a chance for Swansea to make it free. Cooper. Oh, it's defended away. Corner to Swansea. Right, if you've not smashed the like button yet, please do so. It does really help the growth of this channel. We've made it to 21 likes, actually. Siri, be quiet. I'm doing the like target here. Guys, thank you so much for liking the stream, by the way. We're on 21 likes. We could definitely get to 25 today. So if you've not smashed the like button, please do so. We've got 9 of you here. It's free to do. 2 seconds it takes to do as well. Please continue to show your support for the channel. In terms of subscribers, we've made it to 1,517. A great target today will be 1,520. That's 3 of you. So guys, if you've not hit the subscribe button either, please do that as well. It really, really helps the growth of this channel also. Right, back to this setup here. Darren Bond's talking to a couple of players here. There's going to be a lot of stoppage time. there's been so many breaks in play, and just a lot of people just simply losing their heads. It's got that intensity, which has really hooked me into this game. I thought it was going to be very cagey, and it has been rather cagey for most of the game. But I think the red card has definitely opened things up for Swansea, and it's just made things a bit easy for them, to be fair. Offside be given against Matt Grimes there. And we've got a couple of players down, which definitely is going to stretch the added time. I think it's Harry Darling who's down. But still have home games in hand. Yeah, that's right. They've got at least 3 home games in hand, of course, with the delay of the CBS as well. You know, if they've got one of those home games that they're going to be catching up on within on a Tuesday, that's going to be their Rotherham game. And I believe, was it game 2 that was supposed to play Rotherham, or was it game 1? They were supposed to play Rotherham. I knew it was supposed to be their first home game of the season. I can honestly not remember if they actually although no, it was Sunderland that was their first game of the season. Rotherham was supposed to be their second game. So yeah, game 2 is going to be now fulfilled with a good couple of months later, but obviously they're now starting to catch up with their games. Callum O'Dowda is off for Cardiff. That tells me that I think Hudson has now given up for Cardiff to potentially even get at least a draw. He now just wants the team just to make sure that it doesn't get any worse. Even Allsop's down. You know, he knows that Cardiff won't win this. He's just now wanting just to make sure it doesn't get any worse than 2-0. Coniston has said, thoughts on Carrick joining Middlesbrough? Don't think it's been confirmed yet, but if it is Carrick who does join Middlesbrough, I think it's a bit of a risk, to be honest. They're reviewing Cooper's goal. In fact, they're reviewing both goals from Swansea, actually. Both, in their way, pretty good goals. I think the first goal was a bit scrappy. Okay, well, a bit of action has happened in Vicarage Road that they've not told us. So, there's been another goal for Watford, with Ismail Assar, Issouf Bayo getting the assist. 4-0, and then 4 minutes after that, Gabriel Hosho gets a red card for Luton Town. So Luton Town are now down to 10 men as well. In terms of the total red cards this weekend, that is 3. West Brom, and then both in today's games, 1 for Cardiff for Robinson, and 1 for Luton and Gabriel Hosho. Wow, it's really gone a disaster for Luton today, to lose 4-0 and to go down to 10 men in the way that they did as well. Bit of an unforgettable day for Luton Town, honestly. They're going to need to really try and bounce back in their next game this weekend. And they have Sunderland. Ooh, okay, that'll be an intriguing contest. Who do Watford have next? They have Wigan. I say Watford got a bit more of a winnable game there. But yeah, I was saying to Burgee about Coventry licking their lips. I mean, just 2 points above Coventry right now. And right now, you know, within the midweek game, if Coventry beat Rotherham, then just like that, it'll be Cardiff that replace them. So they will be definitely relishing that midweek chance, Coventry, and they'll be wanting to take full advantage of the situation. 85 minutes gone now. 2-0 Swansea. Oh, a bit of frustration from Harris there, fouling Jay Fulton there. Michael Brown says they ought to bring in VAR on the lower leagues because there's so much at stake in terms of promotion. I probably won't agree with the whole season. I probably would say that's another brilliant through ball. Obafemi's on side. Oh, just wide again. That's the 3rd time. So he scored one of them. Oh, God. I tell you what, Obafemi needs to work on scoring at an angle. I mean, it's not the... I still think it's a definite scoreable angle for Obafemi. He really could have had a hat-trick if he actually took his chances well. He's got 1 goal, but imagine if it was 2 or 3. You know, he'd be getting a much better headline than what he's been getting. God, I really feel for the Cardiff fans. I think they've known since that red card, just it's been miserable. I mean, in the last 7 derbies, apparently 5 defeats, 1 win, 1 draw. Cardiff have really come short in their derbies, which is a real shame for them. 86 minutes gone. Still 2-0 here. Matt Grimes now with the ball, passing it back to the back. I think at this position now, Swansea are just going to keep a clean sheet. Cardiff are just not going to want to lose by more goals. Especially with that substitution with Atete going on for O'Dowda. I don't see that being a substitute thinking, right, I still think we can get a draw. I think they've accepted they can't really use the resources they've got to get a win. The best thing they can do now is just to limit Swansea from attacking them even more. Could maybe Mark Harris make a devilish counter-attacking run? Or Atete? No, he gets tackled. Throw in for Cardiff. Tell you what, we've had some cracking games this weekend. 3-4-2 scorelines. We've had a 4-0 victory for Watford, and that may not stay the same as well, you know, with the fact that Watford now got an extra man on the pitch. It's been very unpredictable. A lot of goals, which means more time for me to try and drab on in my review. Can I find Burgie's channel on search tab? Well, if you go to any of Matt's videos, he would have linked Burgie's channel in most of the stuff that he's been featured in, all of his vlogs and stuff. So that would be the way that I would see Burgie. I'll see if I could probably link his channel, actually, if I do see it, actually. Didn't think about that, actually. Right, yeah. So, free kick for Cardiff. He does have a YouTube channel, but he just doesn't post, really. Ryan Wintle, and that's actually a good free kick position. Wallace and Gromit fan might be excited by this. That's a good free kick position for Ryan Wintle there. Central, and if he hits the target, I think it could be a good opportunity. He doesn't take the shot! Oh my days! I'm like, shoot! At least try and get something in this game. Oh my god, I was really let down by that. That literally, the position of that was almost perfect. Probably a bit far out, but if you're a really good free kick taker, you've got to at least try and give something to the fans, not try and pass it wide and lose the ball immediately. I'm sorry, that really annoyed me. That really I got really built up thinking that it could be a really good redemption moment for Cardiff, but no, they completely squandered that. I'm really disappointed. I'm gutted, to be fair. Wow. I'm just going to do an effort for Burgie here. I've got his link, and I'll paste it onto my chat now. There it is. There's Burgie's channel. I've just posted it in the live chat. I mean, he probably wouldn't care if any of you subscribed or not, because he doesn't really post. But even just leaving a comment saying thank you or whatever probably would be more than enough, to be honest. I have a feeling Matt might have told him because I donated to Matt actually at half time. That's probably why. Oh my days. Ow, I'm a bit of pain. I don't know. All of a sudden I've got a pain in my lower back. Anyway, we've got 4 minutes of added time. God, a real old man thing to say. 4 minutes of added time for Swansea and Cardiff. Maybe could give Cardiff a bit of time to get a consolation. Now that's a yellow card at least for Mark Harris there. Constance's already subscribed. Oh, fair enough. Good on you. Yeah, it's not been a day to remember for Cardiff, to be honest. So we've got a triple. Is it a quadruple substitution? No, it's a triple substitution for Swansea by the looks of things, using the time well. I think that's Sorinola going off there. I think Michael Obafemi's going off as well. I think that's going to be Liam Cullen going on for one of the subs then. I think that might be Carl Norton going on as well. Swansea are now 4th. Yes, I'll show the table very, very soon. Yeah, definitely using the time well with those substitutions there. And then I think that's Oliver Cooper going off as well. Yep, we've got a load of substitutions for Swansea there. I need to make a note of who's going on actually. So definitely Liam Cullen's gone on there. I think Armstrong's actually gone on actually rather than Norton there. And Cameron Congreve has definitely gone on as well. That's Cameron Congreve there, number 45. Are they actually going to show us the set? So it's a triple substitution. Obafemi, Cooper, Sominona off, Liam Cullen, Callum Congreve, and Armstrong, Okoflex are on. So yeah, triple substitution for Swansea. And that makes them 4 substitutions. So they've even got one other one to throw off as well. But like what Coniston was saying, Swansea are now 4th. That is what they're currently showing in the table at this moment of time. Matt Grimes has been awarded man of the match, apparently. Ooh, who would I give as man of the match, though? You know what? I might have to agree. I think Matt Grimes, including getting that assist for Obafemi, I think, yeah, it has to be Matt Grimes. Absolutely sensational. The way he dictates play, the work rate, the accuracy in his passes. Top draw. So, yeah, I'd agree with the commentators. I would give man of the match as well to Matt Grimes. Let me know who you would give as man of the match as well in the live chat. Watford up to 10th following this current dominating win over Luton. I didn't think it'd be 4-0. Bloody hell, that's probably. I wonder if that's going to be a bit harsh on Luton. And let's actually look at stats. 13 shots to 9, 8 shots to 3. So it's clear to me that shots-wise is not that far off. But yeah, Luton being a lot more wasteful. So they've ultimately paid the price on that. 6 corners to 1, 15 fouls. So yeah, it was almost inevitable they were eventually going to get a red card challenge to somebody. 4 yellows, 1 red. 2 big chances missed for Luton. So yeah, once again, it looks like that they've not taken their chances. Simple as that. With Swansea Cardiff, as it's now in the 94th minute, the game really should be over by now. Here's Nutsham. Right, it's game over. Full time, 2-0 to Swansea. 3 consecutive wins for Swansea since Russell Martin has come in. He's maintained Swansea's 100% record in the South Wales derby. Cardiff kind of in no man's land at the moment, really struggling, down in 21st place. And we can see here with the stats, that red card changed everything. 83% to 17% possession. 13 shots to 3. 6 shots on target to 1. 6 shots off target to 2 there. 1 block shot. 7 corners to 1. 10 fouls from Cardiff. 3 big chances and 2 missed. Both were from Obafemi as well. 5 saves that Allsop had to make, which prevented the score from being even more embarrassing. Over 700 passes. Now that is unbelievable. 21 long balls successfully there. 8 out of 26 successful crosses there. It's clear to me that Swansea were just simply better. That's all it was. I think the red card helped, but I think by the looks of things, I think Swansea would have eventually started to get into their groove, if that makes sense. United, Norwich and Reading dropped at the same time, said Coniston there. That's probably going to be due to Swansea winning. Yeah, so Swansea overtake Millwall, Sheffield United and Norwich and Reading, actually. Yeah, so Swansea rise a lot of places with that win. And yeah, I got to say, I think Watford have now done well as well to pick up the win as well. They're only only 3 points off top six because Millwall have actually done well with their form. Okay, let's actually see this. Oh no, what poor mistake by Horvath. And straight to João Pedro. Right, that's 3-0. That's poor by Horvath. Doesn't deal with the press well at all. Then for the fourth. Oh, it's poor. So it's one back by Kayembe, Issouf Bio, and Sarr. Whoever Kayembe robbed off the ball, lack of strength. And that's just desire from Kayembe, showing his strength that I've wanted to see from him and using it for good. And honestly, that's actually really good stuff by Kayembe there. Please for him for that. Okay, so I've shown you the table, shown you the result. I think I'll now make it go because I need to start doing the prediction league again, doing its points. Now all the games have been concluded. I'll do my review video at some point as well, which will be released on the Monday. I'll be doing the stream of Burnley versus Norwich, so there'll be plenty of content going around on the channel. And then obviously the predictions for the weekend, no, next weekend, they'll be coming at some point as well. So yeah, plenty of stuff to be looking forward to on Lex Alexis. I'll be staying on for the next 2 minutes or so, just in case if any of you guys got any questions or comments. But whilst I do that, I'm going to do and plug the channel one other time. Guys, thank you so much for giving me 21 likes today. That's really decent, actually. So thank you so much. If you've not liked the stream, however, please continue to show that support and do that. That really does help the growth of this channel when you do that. In terms of subscribers, we've gained 2 subscribers today to 1517. Not quite 1520, but thank you guys for making the channel just grow. Burgie, shout out to you. I don't think he's here, but shout out to you, Burgie, anyway, for donating today as well. And thank you to all of you that continuously support, like, subscribe, and do all of those things for Lex Alexis. You guys are the reason that this channel keeps going. Vijay, thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Right, now wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary. If you saw the end of this stream, as always, I'll see you guys soon. It has ended. Swansea 2, Cardiff 0. Swansea 3 wins in a row for this South Wales derby, up to the top 6. Derby falling perilously and could be in the bottom 3 come next couple of days. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, everyone. I'll see you guys with my review video. Take care.